Hello, and yeah, welcome back again. We're going to do another reaction video, but this time with Slapped Ham. And Slapped Ham is run by Callum, and Callum's absolutely amazing. And Slapped Ham is one of my favorite ghost channels. It's not just doesn't do ghosts; it does all sorts of things, really, like which is scary. So yeah, go check them out. The link is down below in the description, and yeah, subscribe to them. It's fantastic. Let's start it off.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. The following scary images are leaving people on edge. But as always, before we dive in, remember to hit that subscribe button for more creepy content. Just like this.
He's going full beard. In lockdown.
This eerie photo was uploaded to Reddit in March 2021 by user Phoenix783. They claim it's a still frame captured by their security system that faces the street outside their house. In it, we can see two diverging lanes with some houses in the background.
Yeah, there is a weird figure to the left.
We see a figure standing bolt upright with its hands out wide in an eerie stance.
It's kind of like a morph suit, but kind of not at the same time. I mean,
when the image hit Reddit, it caused quite a stir, with over 100 people commenting and offering their theories. Quite a few people immediately thought it was just a mannequin, which is easy to understand. If you zoom in, the figure has no discernible features. Very similar to a mannequin.
Due to the feet and to what looks like the knees, would not go mannequin.
The uploader said that the camera only takes shots when it detects movement, so someone placing a mannequin in the laneway would have surely have been captured doing so on camera.
Sometimes there's a bit of a delay. They came around the corner and quickly dropped it and went again.
Reviewers claimed it had to be a Photoshop job. However, if you put a luminance gradient filter over the top of the image, you can clearly see that the figure is definitely there. It has depth and texture, and the light source matches its surroundings. Of course, there are a number of comments suggesting that the figure had to be paranormal in nature. Some even compared the image to the Fresno Nightcrawler, an elusive cryptid.
It doesn't look like the Fresno Nightcrawler. I've seen Fresno Nightcrawler, and it's just as weird. But and I think it's more of a camera phenomenon, that one. But this one doesn't look like that to me. This is a bit I'm not sure actually.
Whatever way you look at it, it's definitely a creepy image. And until further information comes
What's creepy about it is the arms. Are they actually backwards and forwards, like he's doing long swings, or outwards, like very weird?
Hey gang, some of you may not realise we have an awesome range of macabre and creepy hoodies and tees.
I just set off my camera.
We work closely with indie horror artists to create some really unique and original pieces.
They have some really nice merch. If you go over to Slapped Ham, it's definitely worth picking up some of their merch.
There's a link in the description.
It's in the old dollars.
Just below the player there. This next photo started doing the social media rounds in late March 2021. It was picked up by a number of national news outlets in Australia and the rest of the world, and it's been giving viewers the chills ever since. Grandmother Tori McKenzie set up a motion-activated security camera at her son's house after her granddaughter Amber began complaining that an unwanted visitor kept appearing in her room late at night.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that.
The camera was set up,
just wanted a Kit Kats.
On her phone that the camera had detected motion in her granddaughter's room. When she checked the photo, she couldn't believe what she saw.
Well, I'm not saying it's a demon, guys.
In the black and white image, we can see Amber's bedroom. Right in the center of frame is a bone-chilling figure. It has a strange hunch and awkward stance.
What is with that, though?
Described it as a creature with a horn on its head and long claws.
Now, the horn, it could be an anomaly.
She tried to rid the house of what she believes to be an evil presence. She claims that when she began burning special...
Now, if you go back, even Moses was supposed to have had horns on his head, which were these depicted in some places as having horns on his head. I'm sure if the Egyptians saw him as having horns on his head, they probably wouldn't have had him as a slave or an upper class slave or whatever he was. So, yeah, but he is known as that. And horns do go back quite a few times. It's not just demonic. It's actually, it can go back through the lineage of, you know, Moses and etc. all the way back. So, you know, it's not entirely demonic.
Oils to cleanse.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea of the horns becoming demonic was taken from pagan religion, wasn't it? And others around the world.
The house, the curtains and cabinets flung open on their own, and music began to play by itself. When the image was
Actually, there was one time I came home, like, from a nightclub, like, some, like 3 in the morning, and I walked through the door, and I went to go get a glass of water, because obviously I was a little bit kind of drunk, and my stereo upstairs just turned on, like if you ever watch Spinal Tap, like level 11, you know what I mean? Like, you know, ours go to 11, and it was just blasting. It was absolutely blasting out. I just thought, how did it do that? It was the weirdest thing ever. I still to this day don't know how it did that. I actually thought one of my mates who got out of the taxi, who lived nearby, ran round, climbed up into my window and turned it on for a prank. But the window was locked from the inside, so I haven't got a clue. The only other people who were in as my parents. I was quite young at the time.
Initially shared to a paranormal group on Facebook, viewers were stunned at what had been captured, quickly
Demon.
offering advice. Many suggested that they should move out of the house right away or contact a priest to confront the entity.
Extreme, isn't it, when you have to leave the house straight away? But if I saw that, I don't think anyone would need to tell me. If I took a picture of that, I don't know if there's anybody in the world that has to tell me to get out of the house. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, it's like the person's like, I just shared this on social media. I just like, what do you think, guys? You know, is it just like, you know, should I be worried? No, I mean, that looks frightening as hell. Yeah, I would have like put it on social media and go, yeah, by the way, if anyone's asking, I'm living now on the moon.
Some way, whether that be Photoshop or staged in person. Tori responded to the doubters, saying she would have
I'm living in the Vatican. I'm literally hugged up next to the Pope.
No idea how to digitally manipulate an image like that, and that she just wants to keep her family safe and would never pull a stunt like this. The family claims that strange orbs have been seen in the bedroom.
Is that another photo, or is that them coming in?
Figure appeared that they took real action. Amber has since been removed and now sleeps in her dad's room.
Okay.
The family were told to burn nettle salt and
Amber
Palo
got
Santo or holy wood, an ingredient.
See, there's always something to burn, isn't there? Just burn some sage, burn some flipping, you know, holy wood. Where do you get holy wood from? Is that wood that's basically charcoal because you burn the hell out of it? I just think that you know, this is just the only thing it's going to do is probably piss it off. You know, all you need is just being to go toilet in your house all the time. And no one put up with that smell.
Used traditionally to clear out negative energy. Tori claims that every time they tried lighting the wood, it would mysteriously blow out, over and over again. It's at this point music would play for 5 seconds, then stop. This would repeat every time they tried lighting the wood. Ultimately, there's been no satisfying explanation for what's going on in this house, with all...
It's just... Look at that thing. That is nasty. It looks... Could it be a cryptoid? It looks humanoid. The camera they got is like... It doesn't look extremely great quality because everything is terribly pixelated, which it would be in without enough infrared beams on it or whatever, and lighting, and you've got interlacing going on in that image, and I don't know, there's quite a lot of noise in there, so it's a bit hard to pick it up. Even the child's face that you can just see like behind is just hard to make out totally. So trying to work out what that is from this picture is a bit hard. Corporeal, we're seeing a huge corporeal figure. We're seeing something that may be breasts. There's definitely some protrusion from the chest area there. And the face is just creepy as hell. That face is just...
All things considered, it's easy to see why many viewers believe the house is infested
it's a demon!
with a demonic presence.
Sure, it's
One of our
friendly.
viewers, Jim from Rollystone in Perth, Western Australia, sent us this eerie photo. It was taken in a prison that is said to be so haunted that some people refuse to set foot in it. The Fremantle Prison in Western Australia is a former maximum security jail that was
Whole of Australia is. Shut up, Callum.
built in the 19th century by convict labour.
Well, it was. Yeah,
In the late 1880s, the prison
except for the Aboriginals.
population grew significantly, blending a volatile mix.
But hey, you know, like that first image, if I can go back, this image here, I don't know why that just reminds me of The Walking Dead, the prison sort of moments in The Walking Dead. I don't know why.
In the late 1880s, the prison population grew
The
significantly,
net as well.
blending a volatile mix of inmates who had only committed some petty violations with other prisoners
I don't know why they're still not there. The prison look perfectly operational from these photos.
who were known to be violent. The commingling of inmates led to management implementing a heavy-handed disciplinary system, making it one of Australia's most notorious punishment prisons. Prisoners were subjected to floggings, time in irons, and inhumane solitary confinement, some of which lasted for years. 44 men and women have been executed at the gallows in Fremantle Prison. In 1988, inmates started a riot when they were left outside to burn in 40-degree heat, which is over 100 in Fahrenheit. The incident drew public outcry, which ultimately
It's like crucifixion.
led to the prison being shut down in 1991 for breaches to human rights.
Like this photo here, though, can you see the little white figure in the door?
The prison is now open for ghost tours that are not
I'll go back, hold on. Can you see it? Oh, Paul's just there, right? Bring my cursor in. But just here, there's like a, looks like a white hood standing at the door.
rights.
Just saying.
The prison is now open for ghost tours that are not for the faint-hearted. Our viewer Jim was touring the facility.
It's the most haunted place in the world. We're charging people for ghost tours now. It's that scary, no one wants to go in, but they're doing ghost tours.
Photo inside the room.
And just in here is where they said they killed blah, 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 blah. And just over here is where they, you know, where they kept flipping Jack Bob, who stole a piece of bread. And the Queen went, that's it, off to you to Australia.
Home to the gallows that took the lives of 44 inmates.
Queen? Was it a queen? Was it probably a king back then? When weren't the same king as...
Jim says that there was no one along the back wall when he took the photo, but there, clear as day, is the shadowy outline of a man.
Yeah. Now, if I pause this, right, that shadowy outline of a man is very much a man. I mean, it's very much a silhouette of a man. Now, if you look at the back of the person that they're recording right now, the person wearing the white coat, they're lit up because the light is looking straight that way, meaning that if it reached far enough, that person would be a lot more lighter, and that person should be a lot more lighter. Now, if you look at the beams going across, you will see the light bouncing off it. The light bounces off the back of the wall, but the figure right at the back there still is draped in darkness. That's creepy. It's actually a pretty good photo and very convincing as well. That actually may be something.
Staring back at the group.
That might be something. I'm not saying it's demons.
If you zoom in, you can make out two piercing red eyes and not much else. Just deep black nothing.
I don't know about the red eyes part, but that is creepy.
Jim claims he's not manipulated the image in any way, nor would he know how. If we apply a noise analysis filter over the top of the image, we can see that it appears that it hasn't been digitally altered in any way.
No, but I do have a theory on how it could be faked. There's another person over here, and what we're seeing is the shadow casted. But the only issue with that is where's the shadows of the two people that are in front, right? I mean, the one that's obviously lit up because she's wearing white, but I'm assuming it's a she. And then this person over here on the right, wearing the green top, whatever, and it looks like a beanie hat maybe or something. I'm not entirely sure. They don't have shadows, but if somebody's over here and you cast it enough, then you could probably get a shadow on the wall. But let's see. I don't know. It's actually, I wish I was there to see that.
Further still,
I'll take that back. I don't wish I was there to see that. I'll give that one a skip.
if you apply another luminance filter, you can see the shadowy figure is there, but the light is interacting quite strangely with the object. It looks concave, as though the light of the room is passing through the object and not bouncing off it.
Like a shadow.
Famed British medium David Wells travelled all the way from the UK just to visit Fremantle Prison. He took a tour of the jail and tried to hone in on any presences. While in the gallows, the very same room Jim took his photograph in, Wells said he could hear a strange metallic noise, almost like a set of keys rattling. While in an isolation cell that once housed sexual offenders, one of the members of the group felt an energy pull her towards a bed in the corner of the room.
Oh, let me just pause it here. That's a cell? Look at the size of that. Look, it's like a hammock and a little sink and a little table. That's literally it. I don't even know where this guy goes for a dump, you know? This is absolutely incredibly small. This is where they put the sex offenders. I mean, deserved, probably, but still, small.
Others claim they felt hot, like a cloud of steam had condensed in the cell. Given all the agony, torture and death that's occurred inside the prison, is it possible a dark energy has been left behind? Could the spirits of abused inmates be left lingering in the dark halls of this old building? According to Jim's photo, it would seem so.
Okay, he's going to move on now, I reckon. I just want to say that this one's left me a little bit puzzled. I'm not sure.
This unsuspecting photo was sent to us by Javier M. It was allegedly taken by a doctor at the National Hospital of Chimaltenango in Guatemala. In the photo, you can see a long hallway with people in the distance.
See the reflection of somebody walking down the corridor, but there's no one walking down the corridor. That's what it is, right?
In the foreground is a woman with her head in her hands, sitting cross-legged on the floor. Judging by her posture, she looks as though she's been crying. Now, at first glance, you might think this is simply a sad image of someone upset.
No. She's clearly reading something. She's just like sitting there, like doing this or something, like reading whatever's between her lap, right?
At a hospital.
20 Shades of Grey.
However, when you look opposite to the lady on the floor, the image takes on a whole new level of creepy. On the tiling on the left-hand side, you can see the reflection of someone that isn't in the photo. The figure is dark, slightly hunched, and looks to be wearing a cloak or gown of some kind.
Looks like somebody pushing a, like one of those things that supports an elderly person, and that's probably where they're a little hunched. And it looks not just like a Zimmer frame, as we like to call it. I don't know if it's the same for everywhere that's English speaking, but it also looks like one of those ones that's also got like the little tiny pocket in the top part of it where you open it up and you can put stuff in, like you go shopping with. I see people doing. That's what it looks like. Or it could be a pram. It could even be a pram.
According to reports, the hallway leads to the emergency ward. Doctors and nurses often say you can hear disembodied footsteps and whispers along the corridor late at night. When the photo was first uploaded in late 2018, it spread like wildfire. It's often shared to social media and paranormal forums with the single phrase, "Notice anything weird in the picture?" Many theories have been thrown around to help explain the image. Some commenters say it's nothing more than double exposure, a glitch, or it's been manipulated. However, given the doctors' and nurses' testimony, many think the photo legitimately shows a spirit, perhaps someone that died in the emergency ward that's just meters away. But as always, I'll throw this one out to you. What do you think this eerie photo shows? Let me
Right, like it's going to say, let me know in the comments. And if you want to say that, you can leave it in my comment or you can comment on his or whatnot. The double exposure is very good. But also, you know, camera roll maybe. The person dived into that room just up ahead to the left, and you're just seeing a late image of that. I don't know. There's tons of things that could cause that effect, for sure. Doesn't mean ghosts. It doesn't mean demons. No.
know your thoughts in the comments section below.
Creepy photo.
Croatian local Ivan Rubel was waiting at a bus stop in Zagreb when he spotted something strange. Rubel reached for his camera when he spotted two nuns that looked like bus conductors waiting in line for the next bus.
What does nuns look like? Bus conductors? How?
He posted the photo to Facebook thinking it was amusing. That's when a friend pointed out the strange woman in the brown coat, saying, "There's a ghost in your photo." If you take a look at the woman in the coat, she appears to have transparent legs. You can see the white line that's directly in front of her.
Right, I didn't even notice that.
Rubel's post caught on, getting more than 100,000 views and a ton of comments, all speculating about what was going on in the photo. Some commenters thought it had to be a glitch in the camera, and Rubel would love to agree, but he said he's tried to replicate the effect many times with no luck. This has led to him believing that he's caught something supernatural on film.
I don't think this is a ghost. I don't think it's a ghost. I think there could be an explanation to this, but also it could be really far-fetched explanation to this. I'm seeing two different images here of this image, and one's more brighter than the other. They've got different kind of chromas on them. And that effect is really, really prominent the lighter it gets, and the more transparent her legs get. The darker the image, it just looks like you're seeing the white line going through. It's crazy. But if you also notice the blur on her face, which is weird because there's not much blur on the woman with the blue jeans on her back leg or anything. But there's a very much increased blur. It's almost like it's only right-sided. Again, rolling shot, kind of like but also really low shutter speed, maybe. But I don't know what would cause it to be transparent.
Rubel runs a walking tour through the old medieval districts of Zagreb and says there's plenty of eerie history and ghost stories that linger in the old streets. Some viewers think Rubel has photoshopped the image to drum up a bit of interest in the town and his walking tours. So it remains to be seen whether this image shows anything paranormal, or whether it's a glitch or even some cheeky marketing.
That's 100% very cheeky marketing, trying to drum up some more interest in his business. Could have happened. It could have been kind of like a Photoshop, or it could have been some sort of photography shot that he's laid out perfectly. These people probably stood here for some time. The nuns, that is. The nuns were probably about the only ones that were probably in the shot when he first took it, and then the rest were in the shot later on, and the nuns barely moved. Something like that. Or the nuns could be even props. Who knows? Also, another theory, if you did want to stay on the paranormal train, the woman with the brown coat is quite creamy kind of brown, is slightly phasing out of our dimension and back into ours again. So in and out, sort of like. From the leg high, maybe the whole body is, but we don't really see it that often. I mean, we're not seeing the red figure behind her, or the red person behind her with the red top on and etc. But we are seeing just the bottom half and something weird going on with the face. So it could be like a phase going on. mean, we all believe we live in the not we all believe, but a lot of us are starting to think it could be a simulation or a matrix, and that could be a bit of a proof for that. But it's more likely money's always faking shit.
So let me know what you think's going on in this photo in the comments section below. Before we take a look at a chilling photo taken in Galveston, Texas, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and mysterious videos.
I have to slap ham and love the little creepy thing he does like that.
This next eerie photo was captured by one of our viewers, Vittore Massaro. He was browsing a store and taking photos for his wife, who was at home at the time. He uploaded the photos to the cloud and didn't think anything of them until some years later when he decided to review them. That's when he noticed something strange.
So that figure on the right-hand side, as you know, that's not just...
If you look to the right-hand side of the image, there's an eerie woman in the mirror's reflection. She's grey and almost translucent and is staring right at the camera. Her clothes look to be from a different time and she doesn't match the surroundings at all. The image was taken in Galveston, Texas, which is reported to be one of America's most haunted cities. In 1900, an enormous hurricane hit the greater Galveston area. It ripped through the city with 145 mile-per-hour winds, which is around 230 kilometers, smashing homes and businesses.
That is fast wind.
It's estimated that 7,000 buildings were destroyed in the storm.
That guy looks like he's got like a... I'm kind of in the way of it a little bit there. Like, hold on. Look, where I've just removed myself, that guy looks like he's just had a stick shoved up his ass. Sorry. I thought that was funny. I'll shut up now.
Around 10,000 people homeless. A further 6,000 to 12,000 people died tragically in the hurricane. At the time, it was the deadliest natural disaster in US history. It's this enormous loss of life that has led many to believe that Galveston is heavily haunted. Some say that if you're downtown in the middle of the night, you can hear screaming and pleas for help, but there's no one ever there. Other campfire legends say you can see the victims of the storm staring back at you from reflections in glass or mirrors throughout the city.
God, there's nothing like scaring the whole city, is there? With those kind of stories. Blimey.
It's these stories that make Massaro's photo all the more chilling.
Let me pause this. Let me just really have a deep dive. Because it's quite corporeal. Obviously, again, it is 100% a female figure. It looks like it's come down in its dressing gown, should I say nightgown, like old times. Very ghostly and very spooky, but it could just be, I'm going to throw it out here. I just think that's another person. Because you see, there. I'm going to bring my cursor in. Right, he's taking a photo of himself. Like that's like a first selfie time, whatever. Right, 2 years ago. This is like a 2-year-old selfie. Right, and then you got this guy over here. Right, then you got this guy here. Now, if you look at this guy looks like he's out of Walking Dead. Right, he really looks like he's just walked in from the set of Walking Dead. I mean, he looks like a ghost. She looks like a ghost. Now, if everyone wants to call that a ghost, they've really got to call this person a ghost as well. There's another person in this shot as well. Can't remember where I saw it. It's this here, right? Isn't this a head? This is a person here, right? Oh, I'm sorry. My own fat head is in the way. I think there's a head here as well. So I'm going to say this one's
So could this really be
just
woman
a person
who lost her life?
A person that was curious that someone's taking a shot. If someone's taking a shot in the mirror and all that, you might look at it, yeah. But no, I don't think that's a ghost.
If you want to see some more freaky photos, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, this creepy playlist here will keep you entertained for hours and hours.
Spooky child one.
Down below which one of these photos you thought was the weirdest or scariest. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time. I was holding down my button there. Yeah, like
I'm happy to have got through that and not feeling too flipping scared. Yesterday's video did me. I was feeling really bad yesterday. I'm feeling better, a bit better today. And then also to see that video, that was yesterday's one was a lot more frightening. This was a little less frightening, so God for that. Yeah. So yeah, if you like this, then please give me a like and subscribe. And yeah, don't forget to go and check out Slapped Ham as well, because you know, it's a great channel and they upload videos pretty much twice a week. So you know, keep an eye on it. It's a pretty fantastic channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.